In a quiet university town, dawn broke with a languid yawn. The shadows of trees decided to snooze a little longer on the rough asphalt of the parking lot, where amidst the usual peaceable chaos of professors and students' personal vehicles, a peculiar anomaly had suddenly appeared. Not far from the modest home of physics professor Blake, his car was parked, and through the misted windows, the silhouette of a person could be discerned in the back seat. At first glance, nothing unusual. It could have been a drunken student who chose an unusual place to continue their slumber. However, closer to noon, when the morning dew had evaporated and someone finally decided to peer inside, it became clear that this was anything but a harmless hangover. The body inside was not just dead, it seemed desiccated to the point of mummification, as if all liquids and life energy had been drained from it in an instant. Professor Blake, alerted to the incident by neighbors, recognized the dried-out remains as Larry Clark, a lab assistant who had worked in his quantum laboratory for several years. Larry's clothing, an old t-shirt bearing the research group's logo and faded jeans, suggested that death had caught him unawares and seemed to be linked to the experiments conducted in the laboratory. The professor, agitated, rummaged through his notes and blueprints, trying to understand how Larry's latest experiment could have had such consequences. Larry had been young, full of energy, and it seemed that nothing could harm his resilient body. The professor's girlfriend Mia offered her help when she heard Blake's jumbled explanations. Mia was not only a master of martial arts but also a punk musician with a sharp mind and a discerning eye. Together they headed to the laboratory to study the conditions of the experiment that seemed to have opened a door into a world where entirely different physical laws apply. Mia looked respectfully at the whiteboards covered in illegible handwriting and folders full of incomprehensible graphs. She often didn't understand how her friend could navigate these mental labyrinths, but she was incredibly curious about what would happen next. Examining the setup, they discovered an unusual pattern. A complex system of mirrors and lasers arranged throughout the lab in such a way that they could shine on one point on the table with an electron accelerator. This was the point where a microscopic wormhole could theoretically emerge, a portal to another time and space. Blake sighed heavily, making notes in his notebook. He understood that the experiment could not only have opened this portal but also lead to a catastrophic outcome, and Larry could have fallen victim to some unknown quantum force. And suddenly, Mia paused in thought. In this quiet university town, a most unusual event has unfolded, one that has left more questions than answers. The mysterious death of a lab assistant, the strange setup in the quantum laboratory, and the possibility of a wormhole are all pieces of a puzzle that Professor Blake and Mia must now solve. As they delve deeper into the world of quantum physics, will they unlock the secrets of the universe, or stumble upon dangers they can't comprehend? Stay tuned as the story continues to unfold in the next episode.